A little bit about me is I have been a nurse for the past 13 years, and we were looking for something more natural for my family. And what we found was Young Living. And so if you are on your phone, well, yeah, I was going to say, go ahead and mute yourself. But what we found was Young Living, and we found Young Living 4 years ago from a friend who told us how she was using them with her little ones for sleep support, and that's what we really needed at the time because my little ones were not sleeping, and we were having the typical stuff of a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old. And so I really needed emotional support myself and didn't really know it until my kit arrived, and my body was craving all of the oils that were in there, and there were a couple that really craved. And so whenever I looked up on what they are, and you can use just a reference app on your phone, there's another one called the EO Bar, which is a good app to look up to learn how to use your oils. When I looked it up, it told me that I needed to balance my hormones, or that those oils were for balancing hormones, and also for emotional support. So what I thought we were getting into for the kids ended up being a huge blessing for myself as well. And so there we are. Now y'all can see me big. Sorry. And so yeah, we've been doing this for 4 years as of last month. And you know, what I thought was chemical free and what I thought was good wasn't, and what I thought was organic and good really wasn't. And so I never realized that organic still has herbicides and pesticides on it. So I didn't realize that. I was buying organic oils from the store, and I didn't know that it had that stuff in there. And that's really important to know where you're getting your where your oils are coming from, and all of that good stuff. So all of you guys that are on here, I'm gonna pull up there we are. So, you know, it's the normal way of life. Most all of us Americans live. We live a way of life where we have just unknowingly fallen into, like myself. And if you're like me, you thought that if the store had it on a shelf, that it should be safe for my family, but this is not the truth. It's far from it, actually. And the truth is that the average American home has over 150 chemicals in it, from your cleaning products to your personal care to all of the above. And there are over 84,000 chemicals on the U.S. market today, and over 1,300 chemicals have been banned by the European Union that are allowed here in the U.S., and that just blows my mind. It makes me mad, number one, and it blows my mind, number two. We have to be the gatekeepers of our home, and we have to flip around what we're using and read the labels. And if you can't pronounce it, or if you don't know what it is, Google it. Just Google it and look it up. Harmful effects of in the name, and it'll tell you what's up. So, you know, we're overloading our body with these chemicals, and our body just soaks them in. So anything we're putting on our skin, anything at all, from the laundry detergent that sits on our clothes that soaks into our skin, to moisturizers and any kind of skincare that you're putting on, perfumes, all of this has toxins in it. And so we are just bombarded with chemicals every day, from not only what we're putting on our bodies, but also what we're eating, what we're drinking and breathing and putting around our bodies. So you know, the bucket, I'm going to talk about a bucket right now. And basically when it fills up with toxins from whatever we're breathing and ingesting and all of that, the bucket starts to overflow. It just starts going crazy, overflowing. And that's when we start getting symptoms of fatigue, no motivation, headaches, heavy periods, mood swings, hot flashes, body aches, pain, brain fog, all of the above start to occur. And so we hit a toxic load that just tips the bucket over. And so, you know, all of the organs begin clogging up. So you have the liver clogs up, the kidneys, the thyroids, all of this clogs up, and all of it needs to flow in order for your whole body to function. And so, you know, what's interesting is a lot of people have thyroid dysfunction, and thyroid is linked to the hormones and the emotional control centers in the brain. And you know, that's why we start having these symptoms. So that's why we're so erratic a lot of times on our mood swings. So, you know, people think that headaches, eczema, fatigue, brain fog, IBS, joint pain, and many other symptoms are just normal, but I'm going to tell you that they aren't. They are just common symptoms telling us that our bodies are just extremely toxic. So, you know, the problem is that there's just too little testing, and we just don't know enough. And, you know, there just isn't enough studies out there. And frankly, I don't think America really cares. So they just want to put a product in front of you so that you'll buy it. They'll package it nice and pretty. They'll make it look like it's clean and green and nice. But really, when you flip it over, the front may say, you know, something, I'll just throw this out there. The front may say organic, or it may say no high fructose corn syrup, but you flip it around and it's got all this other stuff in it that really is corn syrup. You know what I mean? So it's really, really sad that childhood brain cancer is up 38% in the past 45 years. Asthma is up 80%. Leukemia in children is up 74%. Early onset of puberty is up 55%, and ADHD is up 53%. Those numbers are just crazy. They're mind-blowing and they're crazy, and it's unbelievable what we are doing to our bodies. America is one of the sickest countries that has access to better, and it's just so incredibly sad. So remember when I talked about that there's 150 different chemicals found in the home? A lot of these chemicals are connected to allergies. There are studies that show us that they do cause allergies. They do cause birth defects, hormone disruption, cancer, and psychological disorders. So talk about emotions and hormones being out of whack. 1 out of every 3 chemical cleaning products contain ingredients known to cause human health or environmental problems, which is just crazy. The EWG tells us that the average woman comes in contact with 300 chemicals in a day. I mean, 168 of them are before you even leave your bathroom, which is just insane. It is so insane. Toddler toothpaste is something that we threw out because it has chemicals in it. That to me is awful, because to me, if something is labeled and branded for a toddler, it should be safe, right? But the sad truth is our children are targeted the most with the food on the shelf and baby products. It is so sad. And the average man applies about 85 chemicals a day. Which is still horrible, horrible, horrible. So things to look out for are formaldehyde. Formaldehyde can cause all kinds of crazy things. I mean, that's what people are embalmed with. We know that it's a cancer-causing agent, and it's found in hairsprays, mouthwash, cosmetics, liquid dish soaps, perfume, hair setting lotions, shampoo, air fresheners, and fungicides. I mean, this is just nuts. Floor polish, nail polish, toothpaste, laundry spray starch, and antiperspirants. I mean, I just named probably 30 products that I used to have in my home, and I had absolutely no clue that they were hormone disruptors and that they were cancer-causing agents. So another one to look out for if you're taking notes, this is the second one. The first one was formaldehyde. The second one was phenols. Phenols are extremely harsh, and they're horrible. They can burn the skin, actually, and they can cause central nervous system damage. So we're talking major brain fog. We're talking seizures even, which is crazy to me, that it can cause pneumonia, respiratory tract infections, heart rate irregularities, skin irritations, numbness, vomitings, and it can even be fatal. And this type of thing is found in chloroseptic throat spray. I mean, who's not had chloroseptic throat spray? Aftershave, bronchial mist, feminine powders, decongestants, mouthwash, aspirin. acne medications, calamine lotion, for goodness sake. I mean, this kind of thing is just, it makes me furious. And so tonight we're just going to talk about a little bit of this and dig in a little deeper. Make sure you're flipping around your sunscreens, your lip balms, and your hand lotions, because it's also in tons of cosmetics, and it's phenol, Phenol. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to chat over there. I can see your chat now. I had to move my screen, but feel free to chat right there. And, you know, if I missed something, then, or if you missed something, ask a question. Scented candles. My goodness, we loved scented candles. Scented candles always gave me headaches. I knew that I couldn't go into Bath and Body Works. I knew I couldn't go by the fragrance counter at the mall. Like, I knew to avoid those types of things. But, you know, I was doing soy candles. You know, I thought that was fine. But candles can emit numerous types of potentially hazardous chemicals, such as benzene and toluene, Toluene, and that is actually found in nail polish too. But it can cause issues with the brain, lungs, nervous system, as well as developmental difficulties. I mean, this stuff is just crazy. The EPA says that candles and air fresheners, this is what they say about it. Asthma was once a very rare disease. Now the condition is extremely common. The asthma rate has tripled in the last 20 years, with nearly 30 million Americans currently affected, which, I mean, goodness, 30 million Americans, but we just don't know. We simply don't know that there are these horrible chemicals in our everyday products, and we just don't know to flip the labels over. So in 1 decade, there has been a 42% increase in asthma. Like I said, 29% for men and 82% for women. And it is believed that the rate for women is higher because we spend more time indoors, in home, longer exposure times to household chemicals. So if you're taking notes, there are a few more things that we're going to talk about here that you may just want to jot down. So, you know, based on what I shared with you, what 5 items in your bathroom cabinet, in your kitchen cabinet, in your laundry room, do you think probably has a toxic chemical in them? Write it down if you're taking notes. If you're not writing it down, just think about it. Your deodorant, your laundry detergent, your toothpaste, your whatever skincare products you're using. And what 3 close friends come to mind? Family members, your mom or your aunts or cousins, best friend, that probably have these same products in their home. I mean, it's the American way to see the same common labels in everyone's home. And the thing is, you know, why should we really care? You know, once we get them out of our home, why should we really care? Well, the fact is that we know that 5 to 10% of cancers are genetic. That's it. Only 5 to 10% of cancers. The rest of that percent, the 90 to 95%, is caused by chemicals. Our environmental lifestyles, our environment and our lifestyles. And that means what we're putting in our body, what we're putting on our body, and what we're putting around our body is causing these cancers. It's causing the cells in our bodies to just go berserk and not function properly. So, you know, can anything be done? Or are we all just screwed? Yeah, of course we can. We have the power to control what comes in our homes. And many of you guys are doing that. And many of you guys are flipping over labels and looking at what you're eating and paying attention to, you know, buying organic. And like I said, even though it's organic, it still gets sprayed with pesticides and herbicides. So, you know, what do we do? What do we do with that? I'm gonna share with you some tips on that as well. So You know, I mean, I used to be sitting there just like you questioning all of this. You know, if it could really be true, that all of these toxins were really in these items, and they truly are. I mean, I was looking up ingredients for baby wipes because I flipped over the box and I saw these big long words, and I'm like, what in the world is this? Looked it up, and it's like a main ingredient in antifreeze and other things and baby wipes. So we need to educate ourselves, and we really need to look out for ourselves. And so over the past 4 years, I can say that we have been on a journey to where we have gotten all of these things out of our home. I wanted our home, I have 3 small kids, and I wanted our home to be a place to where the kids could pull anything out of the cabinets and me not have to worry about calling poison control. So point blank, if it said, call poison control if ingested, it went out immediately. I didn't have to research any of the ingredients. I knew I did not want it in my home. I mean, and that went for anything, shaving cream, all of it. So I just didn't want the toxins in our home. And I've always made my own laundry detergent for as long as I can remember. But even that, I had to make sure that the ingredients I was adding to it were still good and chemical free. And I'm happy to say that, I mean, my kids going to a doctor for sick visits, I mean, that just doesn't happen. We just don't have to face the matter of copays and all of that craziness, because what we need to support our bodies and our immune systems, we have, and we give ourselves a fighting chance by eliminating all of the chemicals in our house, and also by supporting our body's immune system with things that we're going to talk about tonight, with essential oils, with Mixture Red, which is a juice puree, and being able to give ourselves a good gut health with good pre and probiotics, which are super hard to find. You know, it's been a life changer for us. I mean, having 3 small kids and not having to drag them to the doctors as often as my friends, it's been good. And so, you know, there is a better way, and it doesn't have to break the bank. Thank goodness. We have slowly, over the past 4 years, gotten rid of everything. It's not like we just, you know, ditched it all at one time, but slowly we got everything out, and we did it month by month. And I'll share with you how we did that as well. We did it through something called Essential Rewards through Young Living, and I'll go into why Young Living is so awesome. But you know, the thing is when you know better, you do better. You know, how many of you have heard that? So when you know better, you do better, and there is a better way, and education is the key. So coming to something like this and listening in and taking notes and deciding after this what you're going to do with this information is what will get you to better yourself and better your health and the health of your family. And it really is a life changer. So there are several different apps that you can use. The EWG has an app. They have one for products and one for food, which is awesome. And you can use those to scan your products. And I'm just going to talk about, you know, like what are the alternatives to chemicals in your home. There are essential oils. And like I mentioned, Young Living has a full line of essential oils. And they are the most powerful part of the plant. They are highly concentrated versions of the natural oils in the plant. So getting essential oils from the plant is done with a process called distillation. Most commonly called, the most common way that they do it is they distill it by steam and water, where many parts of the plant are being used, including the plant roots, leaves, stems, flowers, or even the bark, or I said flowers already, of the plant. And it's funny because my son and I were talking tonight. We were looking out his window, and we have trees all in our backyard. And he was like, you know, I have so many questions for God. And I was like, I mean, he's 6. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, I want to know how he made wood. He wants to know how he made a tree and how he made wood. and they're learning about plants in school and the whole system of a plant and all, and it's just really neat to see his mind going. And tonight we said, you know, God is so amazing in how he created that tree, that plant, and what's inside of it is the lifeblood of the plant, and that lifeblood speaks to our bodies, and it is as much of a lifeblood to our bodies as it is to that plant, which is mind-blowing to me. As a nurse, I was never ever taught that type of thing. I was only ever shown and taught something that was chemical and man-made, and we all know that chemical and man-made is not what's made for the body. So the body receives it and goes, what? It either blocks the action that the body's trying to do, you know, or it causes side effects and that type of thing. So there are about 300 oils on earth, but thank goodness you only need about 10 to 20. You can see behind me, I forgot about our oils right there. That's our stash. We have acquired that over time, so don't like flip out and think that you've got to buy a ton of them. We have our favorites. As you can see, we have a lot of green ones right here. That's my son's favorite. So they are plant-based, all of them, and they replace so many products in your home, from cleaning to skincare to wellness. It's wonderful to dive into the world of essential oils. And not every essential oil is the same, of course. Essential oils have been around for centuries. I mean, it's dated back to way back in the Bible. Egyptians even documented it. So it's been around for a long time. So it's not something new. I feel like nowadays people are just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they're looking for other ways to support their bodies, and they're finding essential oils. They're having results with it. They're telling their friend, they're telling their neighbor, and that's why word is spreading like wildfire, is because people are just talking about it and they're working. So if you don't already have them in your home, my goodness, you've got to get them right away. It's funny. I was talking to somebody today, and she said, I know that I need these in my home because when I need them, I'm going to need them. And that's just it. People, when you need them, and you don't need to be waiting on them to be shipped to you or anything like that. So, yeah, oils are awesome. You know, and you get what you pay for. So that was the next question that people ask is, how do I know that I'm getting a good quality oil? How do I know that I'm getting a good quality and that it's safe? And are they really safe to be ingested? And it depends on where they're coming from. So there is organic, like I talked about, I was buying on the shelves, and Young Living oils are beyond organic because Young Living owns their own farms, and they partner with farmers who have to stay to their standards, and they are never allowed to put pesticides or herbicides on them, and they hand weed them. And I've seen this myself. I've seen them hand weeding them, and they use essential oils to spray the crop for any type of disease control or any type of pest control. So, you know, another question to ask, is it genuine? Truly what is said to be genuine essential oil is it means it's completely unadulterated. So that means that nobody has added a chemical extender in it to pull out more oil. And that's crazy. So you're adding a chemical to pull out more oil to yield more crop to get more money off of it, basically. So unadulterated means that there's none of that in there. It's just 100% essential oil in the bottle. Another question to ask, is it authentic? Is it from a specified plant only? So specified plant. And is it plant derived? So essential oils used in aromatherapy should all be extracted from a specific plant. And Young Living, thank goodness, has biochemists that know the plants, they know the species that best impacts our bodies. And I mean, they've been doing this for over 24 plus years. So they are the oldest essential oils company in America. And they're all across the globe. They have farms all across the globe. And that's important because certain crops grow better in certain climates and soil. So is it unadulterated? I talked about that just a little bit with being genuine, but again, this means no additives, no extenders, no price-reducing ingredients, no nothing except what was there after distillation or cold expression. So we trust Young Living because they've been around for 24 years, and they have a seed to still promise, and they uphold the highest standards. So what's in the bottle is just plant material. It's nothing else. And I know that I can trust that seed to still process from the source of where they get it, to the science behind it, to the temperature that it's being distilled at. Testing is done at both internally and third-party facilities. And each oil is carefully bottled and sealed directly, and they know exactly what's in that bottle, and they never send it out if it doesn't meet their standards. They put it over to the side, they put a red label on it, and they say, all right, this needs to be tested again. Either the test that we did is inaccurate or messed up somehow, or the constituents in it, which is the numbers that they measure, are off. And if they're off, they set it to the side and they don't put it in the bottle for you. So can essential oils really be safely ingested? And the answer is yes. So Young Living has a whole line of vitality oils, which are GROS certified, which means they are generally regarded as safe by the FDA. And you can tell the difference because of the white labels. Do you see this one right here? Right there. That one has a white label. That one is a vitality oil, and that one is a vitality oil. So I know it's kind of small, but you see how these are red and whatnot. So yeah, Young Living has a whole line of oils. You can cook with them. You can ingest them through a capsule, or take them just directly, or in some honey or milk, however you want to take it, and they are fabulous. So do essential oils expire? So they do not expire unless they have additives in it. If they have additives in it, then they're going to have an expiration date, because those additives have an expiration date. Not the essential oil, but the additives themselves. And another question that I get is, do allergies to essential oils exist? Well, that is very likely that someone would have an allergy to a certain essential oil. It's just like any other natural plant material. You can definitely have an allergy to it. So if you're new to essential oils, be sure that you're using a small amount, because like I said, Young Living's is extremely potent. So what you're getting in the bottle is 100%. On the back of the bottle, it will tell you exactly how to apply that to your skin, exactly how to diffuse it, and how to use a carrier oil, which is a fatty oil like coconut oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil. Those are carrier oils that you can use to cut the oil or dilute it. And again, that's on the back of the label on how to do that. It's also in some reference apps that are really awesome. But a few questions that we come across are, can lavender actually cause hormone disruption? And namely in little boys. There was a study done that was not a true study and done very well at all. The results are just not very accurate. And so Dr. Lindsay Elmore is a pharmacist. She's amazing. She's a wonderful resource, and she has dug deep into this. And she says that the studies are just inconclusive. They're not accurate. And yeah, that's just a myth. That's something that is not true. If it was true, my son would probably have them, because we have used lavender with him since he was 4. he was 3.5, 4. So we diffuse lavender all the time. And if that was also true, then all the millions of women across the U.S. who use lavender would have an increase in breast size. So that's definitely not the case with Young Living's lavender. Now, I can't speak for any other lavender because it may have hormone disruptors in it. It may have a chemical extender in it that is a hormone disruptor. So I can't fully speak for other companies, but I can 100% tell you that Young Living's is not going to cause any of that stuff. If you guys have any questions that you've heard, or maybe that you're questioning yourself, drop it in the comment box. I am happy to answer any questions that you have, and just pop it up. I can see the chat box because I want to answer your concerns that you have tonight. So is there a best way to use an oil? Well, not really. You can use an oil by diffusing it in a diffuser. You can use it by putting it on your skin and taking it internally, like we discussed. And so you can use them all 3 ways. And sorry, you guys, I am flipping through my screen. There we are. For us, I've already answered the question of where is the best place to buy them. We buy them through Young Living. And because of their seed to seal process, we trust them. We know that we're getting a good quality oil. We know that we are getting the best of the best. And they import them for us from all across the globe. So I'm not having to deal with all of that. And I'm not dealing with a little mom and pop shop either that, doesn't have the biochemist and the experience that Young Living has as far as distillation numbers and that type of thing. So, there's a lot to be said of a company that's been around for 24 years and who is exploding, booming. So we buy them through Young Living, and we are members with Young Living. So to become a member, it's super simple. All you need to do is grab up a starter kit. They have 5 different starter kits, I believe now. They're growing, it seems like, by the month. You can get started with 5 different ones to choose from, and it depends on what you want to do with your health and wellness, what area you want to target first, whether it's your makeup, whether it's your cleaning products, whether it's everything else and you want to switch out and have essential oils in your home, or if you want to have their Nature Red juice puree, which is a high antioxidant. So it just depends on where you are and what you want for yourself and your family. So another thing that I get, remember I talked about, like, I had to stay away from Bath and Body Works and all of those places. And so I was one of those people that if you wore perfume around me, I would get a headache like that. And it was because of the artificial ingredients in there. And I didn't realize that, because to me, a smell was a smell. I didn't know artificial from real. I really didn't. I didn't know. I could tell that it caused a bad effect in my body. And basically that was my bucket overflowing, right? Remember I talked about that. So, Young Living oils will not give you a headache. If you are sniffing, or using too much, too fast, you can definitely detox. They do clean out the cells, and so you can definitely detox, and that can then cause a headache because you're getting the toxins out. It's the toxins that can cause the headache, but typically you're not going to experience that same type of headache that you would get with artificial fragrances like Glade plugins and things like that. So another question that I get asked is, I have sensitive skin, will they bother me? Well, you know what? They possibly could. They're extremely potent. So you need to figure out which carrier oil best suits your skin. Which one does your skin like? And if you have any other previous allergies, you need to look into, okay, well, which carrier oil can I use? If you have nut allergies, you might want to stay away from almond oil and that type of thing. Although if you do have nut allergies, typically people don't have an allergy to coconut oil. But you just want to try it. Try, that carrier oil in a tiny place on your skin. And then you know, okay, am I having redness from the essential oil, or am I having redness from the carrier oil? And a lot of times with the hotter oils like cinnamon, cassia, and peppermint, those oils are hot. So you know how if you've ever eaten a peppermint itself or a stick of big red gum, how like hot it is in your mouth? Well, it's the same way on your skin. So if that happens, like especially with my little ones, they have super sensitive skin, we use oils on their feet. We also use them on their spine too, but first off, we started on their feet and we started diffusing them. Just because I wanted to get my feet wet, number one, and get comfortable with using oils, and number two, the feet have the thickest skin of the body, so it's easy to start there. We do put them along the spine because the spine does house viruses. So like tonight, I wanted to support my son's body, and he has a rash right now. And so before he went to bed, I swiped oils down his spine because we want to target that and boost his immune system so that his body can take care of that virus and get rid of it fast. We want it out of here. And so I put that down his spine to target that virus that's right there. Now, the cool part is I can put them on the feet, I can put them on the spine, I can smell them, I can ingest them. It's going to do the same thing, no matter how you use them. So that part, it doesn't matter how you use them. There's not one better way to use them. Once you start using them and get your feet wet, you'll figure out how you like to use them, how you prefer them, or what works the fastest or the best for you. So everybody's body is different, responds different. Your skin will respond differently too. So I find that redheads who have sensitivities to anything anyway, because they have super sensitive skin, they have to use a little bit more carrier oil, and that's simple and easy to do. With my little ones, if I put an oil on them and I've not diluted it enough, their skin will get red and sometimes hot and itchy. And all I have to do is take that carrier oil, put it on there, and just put it over top of it. Some safety things I want to talk about is if you accidentally get them in your eyes or your ears, do not rinse with water. Essential oils is not something that you want to get in your eyes or ears. But if that happens, go ahead and grab your carrier oil and grab a clean cloth, either a paper towel or a washcloth or anything that you have near you. Grab that carrier oil and just wipe it out of the eye or rinse it out of the ear by just pouring the carrier oil into the ear to rinse it out. And then it'll carry that oil out, which, you know, it's something that you really don't think about until somebody's told you. I think our natural reaction is just to rinse something out with water. But when you're using these tiny, 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 tiny molecules of essential oil, it's just not going to come out with water. And what they are so tiny that they do get into the cells of your body and they start cleaning everything out, which is really awesome. So you want to drink plenty of water when you get started using essential oils. And even after you've been using them for a while, make sure that you stay hydrated. Our bodies work best with really good hydration. So you guys haven't thrown up any, you guys haven't, oh, hold on a second. I'm getting a little, sorry you guys. I got like a little message there that was like a little warning message, but we're all good. Do you guys have any questions? I know I've went over a lot of info. One thing that I get asked is, do essential oils interact with medications? And it really depends on what type of medication it is. Blood thinners some essential oils can cause the blood to be more thin. So you just want to be more cautious when using certain oils. And if you are a person who is on blood thinners, then, you know, we look up that information and we see what blood thinner you're on. But typically oils like wintergreen, and we're talking heavy amounts of it. So just using it here and there is not going to cause major issues. Another question that that I get asked a lot is, does grapefruit oil interfere with medications just like grapefruit? And typically the case is no. It doesn't interact the same way because it's not absorbed in our bodies the same way. So looking at my notes. You guys aren't very talkative tonight. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free. Oh, some people will ask about oils in pregnancy. So, you know, what essential oils should I avoid if I'm pregnant or nursing? And, you know, you see things all across the board. And people will message me and say, I'm reading this, but I'm not quite sure because here I'm reading something different. And lines just get crossed, and it's hard to know, well, who has the right answer. And really, there is just no definitive list of which oils should or should not be used while pregnant or nursing. But, I mean, there is some data to consider if you want to be conservative. And so being conservative, there are some that can cause some change. Peppermint seems to be a common concern, and the thing that I find with peppermint is it can actually, when applied to like here up, the baby's head will go toward where the peppermint is. So midwives know that peppermint oil, when placed down at the pubic bone, well, that head of that baby is going to turn down to the pubic bone. And that happens around the second trimester where the babies turn and get in place, head down. And so if that mama is using peppermint a lot for that heartburn right here, guess what? That head is going to be upright instead of down. So it's not so much that it is hazardous to the baby as much as, you know, that baby likes that smell, so it's going to go toward that smell. So if you want that baby head down, what do? Midwives know you put the peppermint oil toward the pubic bone. So I get asked that question a lot, as well as the one about nursing and peppermint oil. A lot of people will ask about that, and really I have seen the studies show about 50-50 on whether it will change milk supply. But, you know, I really haven't met that many people that nurse that have that type of outcome. So, you know, I myself did not have a problem with peppermint at all. I would use peppermint all the time. And I was one that had a hard time with milk supply. So, which I would expect if anybody's going to have a negative effect from it, it would be me, but it certainly wasn't. Fennel is an oil that can boost milk supply and support milk supply. So, you know, the thing that I tell people is, hey, if you try peppermint, or if peppermint is in a blend that you're using, then you can certainly flip that around with some fennel oil. So it really is as simple as that. There's no need to fear essential oils while breastfeeding or nursing. They're certainly plant-based and natural. So it's just like eating a food, but of course, more potent. So you guys are quiet tonight. Super quiet. Oils work quickly, okay? Super quick. So oils have been found to reach the brain within 20 seconds in the bloodstream within 2 minutes, and reaching every cell of the body within 20 minutes. So, I mean, that's pretty quick. That's pretty quick. And I think the first time you ever use an oil, you're pretty much mind blown because you just didn't expect it to have that type of effect on you as quickly as it did. So the essential oils are amazing for emotions. Wow. Aromatherapy is a known practice, a known thing, and aromatherapy is very powerful. So not only do they smell good, but they have a wonderful emotional effect on the body, and it can support, of course, every system in your body, and it's just incredible. Incredible. So Like I said, the way that we got started is we got started with a premium starter kit. And the premium starter kit that we bought is the one that comes with oils. And it's the only thing in the Young Living catalog that's 50% off. And it has 11 of the top essential oils that we still use today and buy over and over and over. It is the perfect beginner's toolbox for essential oils in your home. And a couple of oils that come in there are peppermint, which we love. It supports digestion. It is very good for supporting concentration and supporting focus. And it also can uplift and perk you back up if you need a pick-me-up in the late afternoon. It's just amazing. I'll rub it on my hands and I'll breathe it in. And we'll diffuse it sometimes, or sometimes we'll just swipe it here on the back of our neck. Peppermint is awesome. We love Thieves oil. Thieves oil is a blend of oils. Cinnamon is one of them, and that's one of the cinnamon and clove, and that's the two that people most smell the most. It has rosemary as well as lemon in it. And Thieves is amazing. It is so amazing that Young Living has created an entire line of Thieves, from laundry detergent to toothpaste to dish soap to a concentrated household cleaner that we use. We have completely cleaned out all of our cabinets of all of our cleaning products, and we have replaced them with this one cleaner, a Thieves cleaner, and it is like $22 for a bottle, and it takes one capful per spray bottle. So we're paying about $1 per spray bottle versus what we were getting at the store for $4 and $5 each spray bottle. So it is very budget friendly, and we clean everything with it, from our floors to any hard surfaces, windows, anything we clean with it. So Thieves is really, really good stuff, and it comes in the form of an oil as well, and that comes in the starter kit. There's also another one called Stress Away, and it does just that, and it smells heavenly. I was around some new friends today who have never used oils, and they were smelling that Stress Away, and every single one of them commented on how amazing it smelled. It is one of my favorites. I wear it as a perfume. It's really nice to just put on the wrist, or even wear on, I actually have on some leather diffuser earrings, so you can just put it on the leather and then it's right there to where you're smelling it all day long. Good, good stuff. And all of these are in the starter kit, as well as a few others. And we'll get you started. If you are not already a member, becoming a member is the best thing that we've ever done as a family. Because we have access to all that Young Living has, and we get that at a 24% discount. We even get it at a deeper discount through their Essential Rewards program, which is like a Birchbox. But we get to pick what's in our box every month, and we call it our monthly wellness box, but Young Living calls it Essential Rewards, and basically they reward you from buying from them. Not only do they give us free product every single month for how much we buy, where I was typically spending anywhere from $200 to $300 at Target and Walmart and the grocery store on household stuff that we use every day. I buy through my Young Living account, and I get anywhere from 10 to 25% back in a bank to where I can spend it on whatever I want. I mean, I've never gone to Target and them give me 10 to 25% back. They'll give me 5% back, but that's it. So this blows that out of the water, which is awesome, because I know that I'm buying good, safe products for my home and my family, and it's awesome to be able to get it at a discount. Plus, they hand me free items. Like, I've never gone to Walmart and then say, oh, here, thank you for buying from us today. You can have this and this and this, and just take it home with you. Young Living does that, and it's just amazing to try new things, maybe something that I never thought of ordering. I mean, they have everything under the sun that you can think of, from makeup to pots and pans. So it's really nice to be able to try different oils and different products on Young Living's wallet. So the starter kit is $160, And the retail value of it, if you bought it all separately, is like $360. So they put it in a starter kit to get you started. And 160 is such an amazing deal. It comes with a diffuser with it, and that's pretty much free. So when we need a new diffuser, I will just go and buy another starter kit because I know that it is an awesome deal. Tax and shipping, everything comes to around about 178, which I cannot tell you how amazing of a deal that is. And I actually had a lady today say, oh my goodness, really? The starter kit is only that much? That is an amazing deal. I was like, yes, you're right, it is. For getting all of that. Plus you get 2 packets of a Nature Red juice, which is super awesome. Juice. It is a total body wellness juice that's great for any age. It supports the immune system. It supports all the organs of the body. It supports skin, hair, nails, all of that. And you only have to drink 2 ounces of it a day. And you get 2 packets of that in your starter kit that you can try. So the first thing I suggest that you do is opening up a starter kit and opening it up and getting to the bottom of the box. So the box has 2 layers, and I'm sorry, I don't have a starter kit right here with me, but I will show you a picture of it in the end. All my starter kits are in my van right now because I went and talked to some other friends about this earlier today. But anyway, dig to the bottom of the box and you will see those 2 packets of Nature Red. You will also see the bottle of Stress Away that I was telling you about. And there's also a roller top in there that you can put on the top. And we'll walk you through all of it. We will walk you through every single oil that's in there. We will help you get started on your journey. And that is one of the awesome things. Whoever invited you here is a part of an amazing community. We rally together, we help one another out, we share tips, we share recipes, we share what's working, what's not working, and there's always someone there that can help answer some questions or point you in the right direction, and it's just an amazing thing to be a part of, to have the community to where, you know, whatever I was buying on the shelf, I didn't have that. It was just a shot in the dark. So it is amazing to not only get these amazing pure essential oils from an amazing company, but to also have the community surround you and support you and be there to ask questions. So what about a woman that has had breast cancer? Any precautions, oils to avoid and be cautious with? So that question is actually answered in this book, and I know this is probably backwards to you guys, but this is Essentials, 50 Answers to Common Questions about Essential Oils, and it's by a pharmacist, Dr. Lindsay Elmore, and she addresses that in here. And, you know, that was a concern for me because my mom has a previous history of breast cancer, and basically she says you can be as cautious as you want. There is absolutely no data out there that points that you should stay away from certain things. So the answer is there's no data, and there's nothing that points toward a certain oil. So there are some oils that support progesterone, that support estrogen. So it's up to the individual on how comfortable they feel. You know, I can't say it's no different because it really is different, but let me put it into perspective for you. So if I go and I eat a hamburger at McDonald's, that has just shifted my estrogen levels, okay? Because there's hormones in that meat. So it has shifted my levels. So how long is that going to shift my levels? Probably for a long time because that's artificial. Whereas oils balance everything. So it's not going to be like a huge shift of where I'm eating a hamburger versus using an oil that's going to balance my hormones. So a lot of people, I say a lot of people, but some women are just more comfortable staying away. And some other women understand that point of eating a chicken breast packed full of hormones that are there because they've been injected and they're there because of a chemical versus a natural plant. We know there are foods out there that cause estrogen and progesterone levels to fluctuate. So, you know, it's not that it's going to tip the boat over to cause any type of cancer. Essential oils are very, very, very good at going into the cell and cleaning the cell out, rewriting the DNA, and causing that cell that couldn't think straight to now think straight. So, you know, again, it's up to personal preference on that. But that is my take on what I've read and what I've gathered and what I've told other people, as well as my research for my own mama. So she uses all the oils. She loves them. So tonight, when you grab up your starter kit, you will get free shipping. And to get your starter kit, just drop a message in and say, hey, I'm ready. I'm in. Let's do this. And we'll get you connected with the membership tonight. And it's awesome because it's like a Sam's Club membership. Only members can shop the wholesale price. You're getting your membership with any of the starter kits that you choose. And your membership gets you 24% off of retail price with Young Living. So right out of the gate, you're getting 24% off of everything. You don't have to sell anything or to keep your membership. But if you would like to use your referral link, you can certainly do that. And any month you purchase a 100 PV, we call it PV product value. Any month that you purchase 100 PV, which your starter kit counts as that. So the same month that you get your starter kit, you're talking to a friend, you're so excited about them, you have a referral link. You can use that referral link and send it to that friend. When that friend gets that starter kit, guess what? Young Living sends you $50 in the mail. That is crazy. I have never once gotten $50 from Target from referring a friend to buy a pair of shoes or a dress from there. So I really love how Young Living treats its members and how much they appreciate us. And it's a thank you for sharing. Again, you never have to do the business, but like I said before, I am a nurse and I have completely flipped over my entire income as well as my half of my husband's income with Young Living. So it's been a blessing to us, a blessing to our family, a blessing to our extended family and our friends. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing to watch friends jump on board and do the same thing and be able to have a little extra income, some fun money or money to pay for oils, and we'll walk you through that. We have a whole business group, and if you choose to, all you have to do is say, I'm in, let's tell me more about that, and we will guide you in the right direction to be able to get you on the path to not only wellness, but also purpose and abundance, which has just been life-changing for us. So and like I said, you don't have to come to me to purchase anything. You log into your account, you order what you want, and you have it shipped to your door. And you can choose to add Essential Rewards, which is a monthly option. And that is where you get your monthly wellness box, and you get to choose what is in it and what day it gets shipped to you. So again, super awesome company to be with. And you can, like I said, you receive more stuff when you get on Essential Rewards. The two most amazing things about ER is that in the first 3 months, you get 10% back in points in almost every dollar that you spend. And after 3 months, you get 20% back. And after 2 years of being on it, yes, 2 years, we've been on it for 4 actually, you get 25% back for every dollar that you spend. And so, you know, if I told you every time you swipe your Target card, not only would you get your 5% discount for using your card, you will get 20% back on the card in dollars, and you get to use it the next time you go shopping, which is awesome. So awesome, so awesome. So you guys are going to love it. If you are not already a member, go ahead and whoever invited you here, shoot them a message. If I invited you here, you probably got a text from me, and you're welcome to text me. If you were invited here by someone else, feel free to message them and say, "Hey, girl," or "Hey, I need your link to get my starter kit, and show me how to get started." So we would love to help you out. Thank you all for listening. I truly appreciate you hanging out tonight and listening. We have another class coming up on Thursday night at 9 p.m. and it is emotions and hormones. So we're going to dive deep into emotions and how they are affected by essential oils, and how we can control our emotions, and how we have resources to help us cope, as well as what emotions can do to our hormones as well. So I hope that you'll join us. If you're interested in that, let the person know who invited you here that you want the link to that as well. You can also find all of this information over on Facebook at Jen the Wellness Nurse, or you can find it at my website at jenthewellnessnurse.com, and you can go to the events and you can see all of our team events there, to where you can join any of those classes. We're happy to have you anytime, and thank you again for hanging out. We truly appreciate you. Have a good night, everybody. Okay, I'm not hanging up. So,